this doesn't have a name in my book. I'm sure it does have a name. It's not an egoscue exercise. It's one that I do in yoga, but it is one that I have, as ever, slightly adjusted. So you might have done this exercise. I'm going to quickly walk you through the yoga version, and I'm going to walk you through my modification, where we put our right arm out to the side, and when I do the next bit you'll see what's going on. So my right hand is in alignment with my right shoulder spread out long, and then we twist over our right arm, got a nice clunk in my back there, so that we're in this type of position, and I might do it the other way as well. So the sole of my left foot here is on the ground, and I've got like my right shoulder kind of opening up nice and strongly. Sometimes I do this where I sort of push my left hand into the floor to get a little bit more work going on the shoulder, and you can take it super far, and actually if you've got the mobility in the shoulder, twist so that your knees face up to the ceiling and the feet are flat on the floor. For lots of you, that's probably not going to be possible. So you might just be in this type of position, or you might even be here, and that's absolutely fine. It's just that's kind of where you're going as you get more mobile through the shoulder. So the yoga version, and again, this isn't quite what we're doing, but I'm just showing you what you might know. We do this. Oh, a lovely click. Cool. But my version, and actually I'm going to demo this facing this way to start with, is we're going to do it with a cactus arm, because when we do it with a cactus arm, we're less likely to compensate through our lower arm. So when the arm is outstretched like this, I see lots of people where they manage to somehow roll their shoulder kind of forward in this position, and then they do the opening, but they're not actually opening up the front of the shoulder because it's managed to sneak itself into this cheeky little position here. By doing the cactus arm, you're going to be more likely to lock the shoulder blade in position behind you. So I'm going to do it this way first. I'll just shift back slightly so there's a tiny bit more room. So my left arm is out at a cactus. My elbow is in alignment with the shoulder and the palm stays facing flat. I'm going to plug my left shoulder back and down behind me there. So can you see how I'm kind of exaggerating that? But I don't want the shoulder up by my ear or rolling forwards. I want it to stay behind, and I'm keeping it in that position as I then, and you can, as soon as I did that, my shoulder wants to move out. So I'm finding my edge, and you can see how much less I rotate. I'm getting a big old cramp in my left hip, which is good. So as soon as you do that, moving over with that right foot in that position, make sure that the shoulder doesn't shift up. You're pulling the shoulder down, and that shoulder position is really the most critical thing here. So I can't rotate as far when I do it like this, but I get so much more out of it, okay? We're going to do a minute on each side. Do not worry if you need to stop. So take a break whenever you need. So we're plugging that left shoulder back and down, so it's gripping onto the back of our rib cage. It's staying there, and we're only rotating as far as that left shoulder will allow us to. So I'm really hoiking my left shoulder down. I'm not allowing it to come up by the ear. It feels completely different to how it does when the arm is outstretched. I'm getting a cramp in my left hip. I'm putting my right hand flat on the floor, keeping the elbow bent at 90 degrees and sort of using it to push my right shoulder blade behind me as well. So both shoulder blades are pulling back and down away from my ears. It's definitely not a passive exercise. We're maintaining a steady, calm, diaphragmatic breathing, and we've got just under 30 seconds left on this side. Oh, it's just delicious. I love this stretch. Really keep hoiking the shoulders down. You'll feel how much more of a stretch you get through the front of the shoulder. 5 seconds left nearly. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And come back to center, and we're going to swap sides, and then that's going to be today's routine done. So I'm doing right cactus arm, hand is flat, plugging that right shoulder back and down behind my rib cage and keeping it there, and I'm not forcing myself into a really heavy rotation if I lose the shoulder position. I'm focusing on the shoulder position more than I am anything else. So keep that shoulder back and down behind you as you flip over onto the shoulder, and then I'm going to put my, oh sorry, you see my belly, I'm going to put my left hand on the floor like so at 90 degrees, and I'm pushing into my left hand into the floor to push the shoulder blade back and down behind me, and I'm pushing and pulling pulling that right shoulder down away from the ear. And it's just amazing at the front of my chest on that right hand side. And the rotation, the amount that you rotate doesn't matter as much as what your shoulders are doing, but the more that the shoulders wake up, you might find that you do have the capacity to do a little bit more rotation. We've got just over 20 seconds left. Keep active through left hand to push left shoulder blade behind, and you're pulling right shoulder down away from the ear. I honestly think I could stay here forever. I love this exercise. 3, 2, and 1. And back to center. And I'm not going to do it on the video now, but if you wanted to spend a few minutes in modified floor block, how we started, just like 3-4 minutes again, it might be a really nice way to kind of set yourself off, to kind of give your body a little bit more balance at the end. But I'm not going to do that now, just for the sake of length of the video. But yeah, that's my little suggestion. If you fancied a bit more and fancied almost giving yourself a kind of meditative 5 minutes, head down, arms on the blocks, relaxing off into that modified floor block, and see if it feels a little bit different in comparison to at the beginning of the menu. I hope you enjoyed.